What is going on, guys? It's your boy BG, and welcome to Common Sense, where common sense isn't so common. In today's topic, we are going to be talking about, focus on yourself, focus on you, focus on yourself. Stop focusing on what everybody else got going on. Stop focusing on if your homeboy is getting put on at the moment and then you're just trying to catch up to him. If you got to sit here and plan a catch-up game to catch up to one of your friends, if you got to sit here and try to catch up to someone just because you want to be on an equal level, it's like you're not doing it for you. You're doing it because you want to be like somebody else. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop comparing your time to somebody else's time. Because while you sitting here focusing on someone else that's actually moving and progressing, you're delaying your chances of doing the same thing. You're sitting there probably on social media or any other platform or anything that you could see someone else's growth. And if you're sitting there and just watching them elevate and grow, that's exactly what you're doing in that spare time. That same exact time that you're focusing on someone else, you could be already focused on doing your thing. Trying to get yourself out the mud. Trying to really get yourself pushing. And getting to the height of success or being successful or getting to success, it's not no race. You're not racing. You're not racing to get there. This getting or moving into the face of success or actually obtaining success, which is technically freedom, comes with a level of endurance. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You can't rush to get there. You'll be tested in two different ways, really, because sometimes you might get there quicker and now you're being tested on how you can hold it. You know what I'm saying? Or when you take a long-term advantage of actually working towards something and you get there, now you have to learn to maintain it. Maybe the first one got a little confusing. I believe that when you get something as fast as you could, now this is the test of your ego. Do you allow this to change you? Do you allow these circumstances and the things actually going your way change who you are? Also, are you able to learn how to be able to keep whatever you have earned or sustained? Now, getting something fast is just as a test as waiting on something and able to get it. It's an equal test, vice versa. God tests us in different ways. God will give you something faster just to see how you react to when you get it. Then God tests people on how long they're willing to run this marathon until they get it. Because honestly, not a lot of people can run and finish that marathon. Because if that was true that people started that marathon and finished it, then a lot of people will be successful at this current moment right now. Now, granted, everyone's times blowing up is different. When you have that thought process or you put your thoughts to action. It all starts with a thought. Your level of thinking and your level of consciousness is what's going to get you there, really. And the self-consistency, that consistency is what's going to get you there. If you stop relying on how you feel and start relying on the results that you'll get out of it, that's going to be better benefiting than going through it, then you'll understand what it takes to become successful. If you understood that, yes, there's going to be nights you're going to have to stay up a little later. Yes, there's going to be times that you're going to have to back away off of actually going out with your friends. Yes, you may have to cut some people off. Yes, you may have to do some routines to keep yourself on track for you to get where you need to be. Many things under that factor. When you drill that in your head that these things you're not going to feel like doing is what's going to lead you to the promised land or to this big goal of being successful, which success could be meaning in many aspects, because you can be successful physically, mentally, financially, emotionally. It's so many levels of success. It all boils down really to how consistent are you to obtaining whatever your goal is, whatever your purpose is. But it comes with the fact of not focusing on other people. Losers is what focus on the winners. Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on losers. Losers focus on winners while winners focus on winning. Now, if you sit here focusing on the winner, you automatically a loser because you're not doing your own thing to become a winner. You're not trying to grasp the concept of how can you win? What are your ways of being able to get there? you eliminated those factors, because now you're trying to implement and do the same thing what God designed someone else to do with their gift. Now you're destroying that because you're too busy focusing on their gift instead of your own. Way too busy focusing on that. You already delaying the blessings and the gifts that God already done given you. You already delaying all of that because you're too busy focusing on someone else's gift. You need to learn to really become successful is knowing that you're going to get there and not worrying about the whole process of the shit. Well, process is a matter of having a system of how you're going to get there. A basic system. Well, I ain't gonna say basic because becoming successful and having a system, it's always under construction. So it's never something that's, basic, because when your goals are high, the bridges require some more work. When your goals are smaller, you'll take less time to get that bridge finished. But success is always under construction when you got a system made up. But focus on the gifts that God gave you. Don't focus on someone else's gift. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Stop trying to make a race out of everything. Focus on your race that you got to complete. Now, the race that you're racing for, right? The race that you're in doesn't require the people that you're focusing on to be in that race. The race is really you, yourself, your ambitions, your self-discipline. All that is a race. All that is a race. All that is a race within itself. You want all those making the finish line. Because if you allow yourself to have one thing get to the finish line and the other things is lacking, then there's no way for you to actually become successful, because you got to have a mixture of a rack of ingredients. You got to have a rack of ingredients. God has to throw a rack of ingredients in there to make you into whatever you want to become, or whatever is your will to become. I don't know if I slid off topic a little bit, but that's a gem within itself. Like, you definitely need necessary ingredients in order to become successful, because in any occupation, it requires specifics. It requires specifics. It requires something that, well, one, hard work, of course. But I'm not going to sit and go off topic with that, because now I got to think about it, and there'll be a lot of pauses, and there'll be a lot of edits. Look, I ain't about to sit here and go through all that. But however, don't focus on someone else. The reason why that person is being successful in their occupation is because they are focused primarily on the gift that was given to them. They're using whatever gift. You can have multiple gifts. Don't get it twisted. You can have multiple gifts. In order for you to find out what other gift you have is being open-minded about trying new things. Because you can be open-minded about something and didn't even know you had the gift to actually do it until you actually try it. So it's actually understanding and being open-minded about learning and understanding what else you could be good at, or what else you have the upper hand on. Because you could try out something and do exceptionally well for a starter compared to someone else who may try it and they may really be terrible at doing it. But yes, you can have multiple gifts. But what makes that person reach a high level of success? Because he's not focusing on nobody. He's focusing on strictly on his goals and his gift to get him to those goals. His gift is what's opening him doors. He's focusing on that gift that he has, and probably numerous other gifts that he has. But he's not focusing on nobody else. He's focusing strictly on what God gave him and what gifts God has given him. So please, don't focus on nobody else. Stay to yourself, man. Focus on yourself. Focus on what your strengths is, your weaknesses is, because there's no such thing as a perfect individual, And that's a whole nother scenario, because you want to make whatever your weaknesses is your strengths. What you're weak at. You want to make those stronger. But it comes with finding yourself, focusing on yourself, not focusing on everyone else. Potential gifts that you have. You're not going to learn a gift by talking to a rack of other people who don't know you. You know yourself more than anybody else. You yourself knows what gifts you're good at. Really, God knows, really, if we want to think logically. Yes, God is the one who given it to you in the first place. Because if I take myself as a prime example, when I actually took some time to myself, right, and I feel like I have the gift of speaking, which I believe. No, I don't feel like it. I believe that I have the gift of speaking, being able to speak fluently, be able to get my point across, and being able to inspire people. And just using that is like using that gift within itself. I'm able to use that to become successful, but however, inspire other people to find their gifts and what they're good at, or just the ability to uplift spirits and be able to motivate others. Because it's like I'm not using my goal, not my goal, but my gift to be just selfish. I'm using my gift for pure intentions. I honestly believe if your intentions are pure, if your goals are pure, if your desires are pure, naturally, God will align those things in order for you to get it, if everything is pure. Now, however, if you get those things and use it for the wrong purposes, God has no problem snatching it away from you, because he humbles a lot of people. You feel like getting in over your head, he's going to throw a couple little situations at you. Not to knock you down, but to humble you. But anyways, the whole point of this topic, man, don't focus on other people. Focus on what you're good at. Focus on what your strengths and weaknesses are. And in order for you to grow, you have to not be concerned about other people. End of the story. Well, anyways, faith plus great work ethic creates vulnerable opportunity, man. Show gratitude, man. Always put prayer as the number one thing, because prayer gets you through a lot. And I'll catch you guys later.